KX News Storm Team.
So it's pretty hazy out there. It looks kind of scary, actually, a little bit.
Sort of getting us into spooky season here.
It is getting us into
smoke all across the state.
Like a red sun and everything.
A little bit of rain out there, maybe a few rumbles of thunder, and then you get the smoke.
And then you get the smoke. So are you a spooky person? A spooky fan?
I guess. Some might call me a spooky person, but I would say I'm a decently spooky fan.
Fall's your probably favorite season, maybe?
It's tough to say. I don't know if I have a favorite season. I like them all.
Yeah, but it's a nice change of pace, right?
It is a nice change of pace.
Yes. Just hopefully without the wildfire smoke next time.
Yeah, we don't need that.
But it makes nice ambiance. I appreciate that.
It does. We need it like in a month, maybe, or not at all. But take a look at our KX cam overlooking Minot right now. Again, it's showing clear skies on the sensor. It's not clear. You have wildfire smoke. You have some cloud cover. There was a light rain there in Minot a little bit ago. Maybe even still a little bit of a light rain. Temperatures right now, Minot at 63 degrees. You have an east wind right around 21 miles per hour. When we get to Bismarck, it's more the same, a little bit more haze there in the skies, those cloudy skies as well. Rain has sort of skipped town. There's a little bit of areas I've seen some light rain. Bismarck, Mandan, and Lincoln. Temperatures though at 69 with that east wind right around 16 miles per hour. So a little bit warmer, a little bit less winds though down to the south, not by much though. Air quality index right now does show us that unhealthy for sensitive groups and unhealthy rating across all the state. That smoke is starting to move right back in. It's a lot lighter than yesterday, but probably smells a little bit worse than what we had yesterday. It's noticeable, but not as much as yesterday. But again, something we're dealing with probably for the next day or so. We look at our smoke forecast. What we do see here is that smoke, again, is pushing out to the west now as a low pressure system gets a little bit closer today into tomorrow. It continues to lighten up as we get into the night into tomorrow morning. And there's still going to be a light smoke out there. We're not totally getting rid of it, but it's a lot more improved than what we're seeing yesterday and for today. So I think most people are going to be fine with that. Most likely the moderate ratings by the time we get to Friday. Satellite and radar shows those sort of isolated to scattered showers, mostly now across the north into the western half of the state. A lot of this is struggling to get to the ground, but there's a few thunderstorms that are getting sort of developed south of Minot. In those, you're going to see a little bit heavier rain than other areas out to the west, but we continue to see this rain the rest of the afternoon into probably tomorrow and Friday. Temperatures right now, you got lower 60s, you got lower 70s. Even got a few lower 80s. Hettinger at 80, one of the warmest areas. And then just a lot of those 60s areas like Rugby at 60, Minot 63, Mohall 63 as well right now. Highs for this afternoon, well, it's going to warm up a little bit more. Again, you're a little cooler up there to the north with those mid to lower 70s, even a 60. In an area like Bottineau down to the south, you do warm up into those mid to lower 80s, but you do get a few lower 90s possible. We'll see how close you do get to that number today. Cloud cover may keep you a little bit cooler, but it's going to be very close to getting to the lower 90s. And winds have picked up all across the state, but especially out there to the west right now, 35 to 40 miles per hour expected through the afternoon. Then tomorrow, we'll see those winds pick up down to the south central, really all across the state, 40 to 50 miles per hour, could be up to 55 in areas south of Bismarck into northern South Dakota. And with these heavier winds and lower dew points, a little bit drier, we do have a fire risk over the next couple of days, especially tomorrow. We're looking at widespread fire risks across the west, especially that southwest corner though. Do expect to see those sort of fire weather warnings or red flag warnings as we get through Thursday. And then the SBC, they've given us a marginal severe weather risk for today out there to the west. It's very conditional, but if a storm can't hit that environment, we're going to have a wind threat as we get through the day today. We look at precision cast, we can see these isolated showers continuing to develop out to the west and to the north into tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. We'll see another wave roll in from the southwest late Thursday into Friday, and then more rain to the east late Friday afternoon. Your Williston 5-day forecast, 80s today, 90s tomorrow, 70s on Friday, those 80s for the weekend. Dickinson, 70s and 80s all the way through the weekend. Your Minot 7-day forecast, it's very similar. 70s today, 80s tomorrow, then a mix of 70s and 80s through your weekend. Bismarck, it's more of the same. 70s and 80s all the way through the weekend into the new week.